And Angelina's stunning revelation in today's New York Times that she had both of her breasts removed in February to reduce her risk of cancer is sparking a lot of tough conversations today. So why go public with such a private battle? With me from Hollywood tonight, someone who has gone through a similar struggle, actress and cancer survivor Fran Drescher. She had a radical hysterectomy in her battle against cancer and went on to become the founder and head of a terrific organization, Cancer Schmancer, which is a bipartisan movement. It's always terrific to see you, Fran.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So you did take a radical approach. You made the tough decision to share your struggle publicly. Why do you think the reaction today to Angelina Jolie has just been so overwhelming?
Well, listen, she's like a warrior goddess. I have always been a huge fan of hers, and we kind of forged an alliance back when her mom passed away from ovarian cancer. And I think that, the thing that I want to comment on, and my prayers are for her, and I think that there's no right or wrong. Every woman has to do what feels right to them. But I want to just put a little bit of a spotlight on the fact that only 5% of cancers that we get are genetic, and then 95% of them are stimulated by environmental influences. So whether or not you decide to get a bilateral mastectomy, which is what she chose to do to diminish her risk of getting cancer that would be spurred by a mutated BRCA gene, does not preclude her from getting cancer that might be spurred by environmental influences. And because of that, the Cancer Schmancer movement has a program called Detox Your Home. And what we're trying to do is get the conversation going in America to detox your home, because of over 90% of cancer is environmental, and the most toxic place we spend the most time in is our home, and ironically, the place that we have most control over. So through education and being proactive, we feel that consumers, homemakers, families can reduce their risk of cancer effectively by making healthier choices in what they put in their mouth, on their skin, the largest organ in the body. What are you cleaning with, and what are you gardening with? Just start with that. You don't have to throw anything out if you paid hard-earned money for it. But as you begin to replace it, become educated on what is out there that is carcinogen-free. If it's healthy for you, it's usually healthy for the planet. And as we are one big living organism, we have to start thinking that way. Because the President's Cancer Panel report of 2010 basically corroborated everything that I just said, which is that cancer is not going to go away. And as long as we continue to inundate our immune systems with a level of toxicity that makes it difficult for the immune system to operate at an optimum. So we're trying to turn that paradigm around, educate the public, and through the power of consumerism, dictate the manufacturing trends for the 21st century. So we can go to the market and choose things that we know are not going to be harmful to ourselves or our families.
It's all so important, Fran, and I know you heard from women around the world when you revealed your own battle. Tell me quickly, how big of an impact does it have to have someone like Angelina sharing her story?
It's all over the airwaves. It's the topic of conversation of the day, and probably for weeks to come. When you are a celebrity, you get the spotlight put on you. And I feel like I got famous, I got cancer, and I lived to talk about it. And that has become my life's mission. And I think that Angelina is a very courageous woman also. She's not a reclusive. She's out there. She wants to help her sisters. She's taking what has happened in her life, leveraging her high-profile celebrity for the greater good. And I applaud her for that, because if you're a celebrity and you don't leverage it for something, some message that's for the greater good, you've wasted it. So what she's doing, everything that she always does, she's always thinking about those that are marginalized, those that are less fortunate, those that are sick, the underserved, the uninsured, the underinsured, all of this. We're very symbiotic in that way. I totally applaud her. My prayers are for her. And I appreciated that in the New York Times op-ed that she released, that she also and spoke about alternative lifestyle choices, because this is not in and of itself a complete solution. I really believe that we have to start living a different kind of a lifestyle, and we have to live one that's much cleaner, much more toxic free, much more nutrient rich. What we're eating, we have to start thinking about, and that will be, I think, a great shift in how we move through this 21st century, because we all bought a bill of goods in the 20th century during the Industrial Revolution. And, we've become inundated with toxic chemicals everywhere we turn. And I think now in this 21st century, it's the time to start questioning things, to start looking at everything a little bit differently. Maybe that product that you bought, that your mother bought, that your grandmother bought, that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, may not be the healthiest choice for you and your family. And at the end of the day, manufacturers don't want to kill us. They merely want to sell us. And we can help them to create better formulations by using our purchasing power, and knowledge is power. So once you wake up and smell the coffee, it's hard to go back to sleep. And if people would go to cancerschmancer.org, they will learn more about what I'm talking about, how they can detox their home, how they can trash cancer, and how they can pass that message on to their friends and family.
It's all great information, Fran, and it's a great conversation, obviously, that got kickstarted a little more by Angelina Jolie today. Thank you for all the work you do. Great to have you here.
Thank you. And thanks to all, your viewers, and to all the people out there that have been touched by disease of any kind. What we have to do is band together and make a difference and make this century matter and move in a new direction. So my prayers are for everyone out there, especially for Angelina on this day of courage. And thank you, and God bless, and think peace.
All right, Fran. And again, you can find out more about Fran's amazing organization at cancerschmancer.org.